when it comes to men, we were talking about men a minute ago, so, and women, male or female.
Right.
What are we going to do with, or where's the problem, or do you see that there is a problem? I know I feel like there's a problem with America, Black America, when it comes to men and their willingness to talk about their sexuality and their own specific, mental issues or mental state of mind, or mental state of being. So tell me, I mean, because like I don't mind talking about it,
right?
Like I don't mind talking about it. There was a time that I did not want to talk about it,
right?
Because I wasn't there, and much of it was, all of it was from my lens,
right?
Growing up from birth, being the church,
right?
And so the church bought in, collaborated, in my opinion, with the legislative system that we live in,
right,
in America. The coming together of those two, whether they're Republican or Democrat, Republican, we're dealing with that. Okay, and black men, we need to talk about some of these things.
Yeah, but we're notorious for not talking about it.
I mean,
we don't want to talk about it.
Yeah,
and so we don't talk about it. It's cultural. It's cultural.
Yeah,
because first of all, mental issues, mental health. If you start talking about your mental health or where you are mentally, or it was a sign of weakness. You see what I'm saying? And so if you talk about it, then people automatically deem you as being weak.
Right.
And so, but that's a societal thing. That's America in general, but even more so in the black community. You man up.
Yeah.
You man up. Yeah. Don't talk about it. Yeah. As if that's gonna make you stronger.
So
because you're not talking about it.
So I look at it like this. When it comes down to just us men. Just us men, black men. We got to go back to why are we in denial? I always ask myself that question because I had to eventually start saying, why am I in denial? Okay, if there's something that seems to be so blatantly clear, and you just said because men what? What was the excuse?
No, because we think it's weakness.
So
we see this.
Where did we learn that being truthful and honest to oneself is a weakness? Where do we get that from?
I think it's indoctrinated.
Yeah, I agree. And
go back to slavery.
Well, I mean, all right.
It's indoctrination.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You stand there and take your whipping. You know what I'm saying? Man up, take your beating, take your whooping. You know what I'm saying? And you dare not cry about it. Okay? And talk about it. So I think it's some of that. Yeah.
So, but where did that come from? You said slavery.
It's conditioning.
Okay, so let's just back off on slavery. Okay, so it came from slavery. And from slavery they taught us to do what? Be afraid? And so why are other people that are white, why are they afraid? I'm just posing the question. Right. Why are they afraid? Because that'll be the subject matter. That'll be their point. Yeah. Their point will be, okay, you're telling me.
They're not afraid as we are, though.
Huh? Why?
They're not afraid as tall as we are.
Why?
Because we've been indoctrinated. First of all.
You said slavery.
Yeah. Well, that's part of it, yeah.
You said slavery. Yeah. But then they came back and said, but we all, have been indoctrinated or afraid of something. We all have, right? They will say that. They're not probably saying that, right? We have all learned something. I grew up in America. That's what history is all about. I learned to be an American. It's culture, right? Ding, 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 ding. It's culture. Yeah. And the culture is we as white men, okay?
You ain't white.
No, I'm just saying that's what they say, right? No, I mean, and to that point, you said I'm not white. It's good for that didn't go in my head. I just had to think back.
I know.
That was a haymaker there, you know. But okay, all right. So I take that punch. Right. Bam. Right. So I'm not white, but I can't be white. Okay. I mean, you said you're not white. Yeah, you're right. And not only am I not white. Wait a minute. I can't be white. So now that I can't be white, you're going to hold that against me? What's up with that?
For being,
that would be my retort. That would be my comeback.
You said for being.
You just told me I wasn't white.
Right.
So that means I'm black, right?
No, you said. You said white. You said white men.
I know that. You said, but you're not white.
Right.
That's where we went. You was joking.
Right.
Or were you joking?
No, I was joking.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, but I guess you were talking from the lens of a white person. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, I know. So, right. And you were joking.
So I guess what I'm saying, though, Reuben, is that it's all culture. You know, the root word of culture is cult. You know what I'm saying? So we've been conditioned as if we were in a cult. And the cult is the church. And so the church.
Wait a minute, you said cult or culture?
No, well, I'm saying the root word of culture is cult. Okay, so you have a cult following, a culture. Okay. This is something that you're conditioned. Culture is a conditioning, and so it's same with a cult. And so when we came over here in slave ships, and we came over here, they started indoctrinating us with religion, not spirituality, but religion. And so they say, you know what's in. Trust God. So we learned to trust God. So that's all we had. Right. I mean, we didn't have any help from nobody else, the government, anybody else. So we had to say, okay, maybe this God that y'all talking about, this is the only thing that can help me. And so we learned, and which is not all a bad thing. What I'm saying is that, right. And so we learned about this God and all this stuff. And so, this white Jesus, right. But Jesus was not white. Right. And so we learned to respect whatever the culture says.
I got that.
Okay. So I guess what I'm saying is that it's a conditioning. And so he said, trust your God. And so once we start having these emotional and these mental issues, right. Well, we start saying, man up and trust God. And don't talk to nobody about it. You know who you talk to? Talk to God. Don't talk to God. And if you can't get over it, you're not spiritual enough, or you're not religious enough, or you don't love God enough. And as black people, over the years, hundreds of years, we said, you know what, I do love God, and and God did help us through some of those tough times. Right. Absolutely.
All right. So, I mean,
we've been conditioned.
Right. Okay. So we've been conditioned. So
that's what I see it.
I think we have definitely we've all been conditioned and
it's our culture.
We've all been conditioned. All of our fears, all of us have fears based upon a lot of different things. But one of the things I can truly say is this, in closing with this segment, is that my fear, okay, is because of what you've done to me. Okay.
Yeah.
And so whoever you are, that's the case. Mm-hmm. So my fear is, based upon what you have done to me. Mm-hmm. My trauma is based on what you have done to me. Mm-hmm. And so you've caused something, and what you've caused is me a living hell, okay, for quite some time. How about from the very foundation of this place called the United States of America and before?
Right.
And so you want to wonder why, okay, I fear because you, okay, did this to me and my ancestors, okay, from the very beginning, that has now, have not only followed me, but it is destroying me as it destroyed those that have gone on before me.
Sure.
Okay, so whatever you call fear, I can just about assure you that your fear is based upon what some people might call karma. Your fear is not only based upon what some folk might call karma, okay, is that your fear is that the very people that you have helped to try to destroy, okay, from the beginning, might get you back if they ever get the opportunity. I'm like, can we just deal with that? Not so.
Yeah.
You kind of went there. I didn't even think we were going to go that way, but we went that way. So I figured, okay, fine. We'll go that way. We'll get back to our point.
Yeah.
But, so, how about let's talking about that first before we can go on. And then if that's not the case, then maybe you're going to have to help me, because this is what I perceive to be it to be. And not only perceive, this is what I know it to be, because this is what I'm living. And you are on the outside looking in based on what you've done to me.
Yeah.
So let real tell you what it is.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Not somebody looking at it from a lens that has nothing to do or that's not living that same space. Right?